What's not news across America and the world for the week ending February 4th, 2023? Sponsored by Uncle Ron's Turpentine and Gator Piss Distilleries. And now, here's your host, Everett Cool. In politics this week, President Biden spoke to mark the 30th anniversary of the Family and Medical Leave Act. In the speech, the president boasted that, quote, more than half the women in his administration are women, unquote. For those who have followed this little broadcast of mine for a few weeks now, you may have realized that I'm attempting something similar to humor when reporting these events. The comedy in President Biden's statement seems to write itself, but I'm actually just confused. Not since what is have I been this lost. In recent congressional hearings, witnesses identified a woman as someone who identifies as a woman. If a person born female chooses to identify as a man, we are now supposed to accept that they are, in fact, a man, and no longer refer to them as a woman who became a man, but as someone who has always been a man. I'm not attempting to offend anyone. I don't want to be canceled before I really get started. My real question here is, what are the almost half of President Biden's women staff that are not women? Did I say that right? I'm confused. I mean, women are women unless they're men, but if a man's a woman, then men can swim with women, right? Or the YMCA said the man can be in the locker room if he's a woman, but he's a man, but if it's a woman. And we're back. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is going to ride the notoriously phallus-shaped Blue Origin rocket into space very soon. Bezos has stated that she is highly qualified to ride the rocket, and with an all-female crew riding his rocket, it will be his greatest achievement since putting William Shatner on his rocket. A Chinese spy balloon was observed over parts of the U.S. this week. After much discussion over how to handle the situation, the Pentagon recommended leaving the balloon alone. When asked why, a Pentagon spokesperson said, "Balloons lead to the sewer, and the sewer leads to evil clowns, and we've got enough evil clowns in the government already." And now, our segment on science, what a concept, with Dr. Nashai T. Sherlock.
Good evening. This is Dr. Nashai T. Sherlock with the National Organization for the Dissemination of Uninformed Hypotheses, where once again we peer review highly funded scientific studies that looked at facts that were already well known, but they felt need reviewed. We then review the fact checker's facts to make sure the facts are indeed facts. This week, we looked at a study conducted by the National Science Foundation. For a cost of $556,584, they measured the animal poop from pandas, elephants, warthogs, and other animals at Zoo Atlanta, university animal facilities, and farms to test a mathematical model of defecation. 43 species in all were studied. Our own research into this matter involved hiring Mike Rowe to go to the zoo with a wheelbarrow and a large shovel. Doctor of all things dirty, Mr. Rowe weighed and measured dung for many weeks, determining that zoo animals produce many tons of poo indeed. And regular handling of the stuff is a great way to promote human weight loss through appetite control. Science. What a concept.
This has been What's Not News. Thanks again to our sponsor, Uncle Ron's Turpentine and Gator Piss Distilleries. If it makes you sick, we don't think it was ours.